What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of 94 Feet with Coach JT. Man, do me a favor, leave a like in the comments. Please subscribe to the podcast, to the YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and just link your boy, holla at me, leave a comment, let me know what you think as I continue to grow and have some dope guests locally, non-locally, out of state, out of country on the show, man. First off, Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody's staying safe, staying out the way of this COVID and staying healthy. Man, Sack Town, I got one for you again. My first show of the 2022 year. Definitely staying local with this one. This gentleman was a member of the Burbank High School football and basketball team, earning first team all-city honors in both sports. Compiled 81 total tackles in 2018, 7 tackles for loss as a senior, had a block punt, caused fumble, many more accolades to go, 5 or 6 picks, was all-state honoree for football. Basketball resume was crazy. Definitely all Metro, first team, Metro League. I want to say they get the first place. They got runner-up, tied for first something. 2019 at Fresno State, this gentleman played in all 12 games as a true freshman, recorded 5 starts, picked up 30 tackles, 13 solo stops. 2020, all Mountain West honorable mention linebacker. Just a ton of accolades for a gentleman from right out the 916, but right down the street in the 559. Known him for a long time, coached against him, watched him play, watched him grow and develop. None other than Levelle Bailey. Levelle, what's up, man?
Man, how you doing?
Man, I appreciate you, Levelle, getting on the show, taking time out the schedule. I know it's back to the grind shortly, but as you know, on the court too, 94 feet, man, we're going to jump in this thing. For those that local or not local who may not know you, bro, just let me know a little bit about where you coming from, where you from, and where you grew up at in Sac, man. Let me know about the background of Mr. Bailey, bro.
So you know, I grew up in South Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised. Went to Elwood Harris Middle School.
Okay.
You know, and just been around there, man. Played for the Burbank Junior Titans growing up. You know, I kind of played for the Sacramento Cougars too.
Yeah.
But I really wasn't I wasn't a football player at the start of my life. You know, I always liked the hoop court. You know, the gridiron came later on in my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what's up. So early on being hoop, everybody got their favorites. Everybody got their idols. Like, since you was locked in on that round ball in the court, who are some of the people who were influential in your desire or dream to play basketball? Who kind of motivated you?
Growing up was definitely my pops. You
Okay.
know, my pops kind of set the foundation off for like sports in general.
Dope.
He always wanted me to play baseball. Actually, like my pops was always, he grew up playing baseball. He was a baseball player, and I couldn't find the fun in baseball. Baseball was always during basketball season.
Okay.
So my pops, you know, he the one who put the ball in my hands, and just really laid the foundation out for me for sure.
That's what's up. Shout out to Pops, man.
Yeah.
You're a D1, a legit D1 athlete right now. We can say that, which is hella dope. But at that early age, which you and Pops put the ball in your hand, was there a lot of hours put in together on working on your craft, or was he like, just Vale, you go out there and put work in and do that, or was he out there with you putting in work?
Oh, he was out there for sure. You know, I always found time for myself to put it in.
Yeah.
You know, for me, like, as a youngin', you know, I always wanted to work out by myself. You know, I didn't want to work out with my pops. You know, he's gonna be your biggest critic, but he's always gonna be your best critic.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Just working out with him. You know, like I said, he was your biggest critic. So you think you doing good, you got to do. You're not doing. You feel me? You're not doing enough. You got to do better. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody from the other side of town that's doing better than you. So
right.
You know, the blood, sweat, and tears off the court was what really transformed me into being a good athlete in general.
Yeah, putting in a lot of work. So being that Pops was a baseball guy, I'm sure the hand-eye coordination drill started early, even with hoop or not. Just in general, what was it like training with Pops, though? Was it something that you dreaded or something you benefited because you knew it was going to help you in the long run?
A little of both. At the time, you know, I'm dreading it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Why are we doing this? There was always questions to coming on, like with things like with drills, like dribbling the tennis ball on the grass.
Yeah.
Like, why am I putting the grocery bag around the basketball for? Pops? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that.
Different.
Like, you know, it was questions like. But I always did it like, all right, you know, I ain't gonna question it. Like, all right, let me. Hopefully, it'll benefit me, and it actually did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm proud of that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Any pro players that may have been on your wall looked at, like, who did you emulate your game after?
In basketball, so I say Allen Iverson for sure. Growing up, always been an Allen Iverson fan, and I like Carmelo Anthony's game. You know, them two right there, they was for sure on my wall.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see the big Melo, the big guard. Middle school time, Edward Harris, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how the middle school season? Did you play middle school basketball at the time?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say starting in middle school, 1 to 10, what would you rate your hoop game as a baller then in middle school? Where do you think you were at?
In middle school?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was at my peak. That's what I mean, I was at my peak. No, honestly, I was bigger than everybody.
Oh, okay.
So you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'll probably say my 8th grade year, I got to like 6 foot. So like, yeah. So
dominant.
I was. Oh yeah. And then I was like, I always played football, so the physicality
Aggressive.
just always came.
Okay.
And then, like I said, with the ball drills and all of that, I was like a big guard.
Yeah.
So.
They get out the way in middle
Yeah,
school.
so for sure. So my 8th grade year is where I say I was at my peak going into high school.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So what were some of the strengths you could say that you had to cut above the rest at that time? Some strengths you already had.
I say my IQ. My IQ was good.
Nice.
I want to say my 8th grade year is when I started taking like AAU basketball seriously.
Okay.
So I met a couple people like Coach Don.
Yeah.
I met Don. You know, he introduced the IQ. I mean, I always had IQ, but he introduced the fundamentals of having
Facts.
IQ
Yep.
in basketball.
Shout out to Don,
yeah. So
my
Coach
homie.
Don.
Yep.
Coach Don is what. And then I met other hoopers around the city that was tight, like Irv, Eric. You know, so
start
you know
linking
what I'm
up.
saying? I started linking up with them, and then that's when your game starts evolving when you're around
like-minded people.
Yeah, tight players like that. So
Mhm.
I say my IQ was good, and then like I said, my physicality, I was always bigger than the rest. So
Nice. So
yeah.
during the middle school era, basketball though, was football, the Pee Wee football already acclimated a little bit? Then you started playing for the Titans or the Cougars during that time too? Had a little run at the Titans or something like that?
Like my 8th grade year again, I should say, with football. So 8th grade is when I actually started playing with my guy Henry, who is at Alabama right now.
Okay.
So I started playing with Henry, and I say that was where I was at my peak in my football game too. So it was kind of a
Dual threat.
Yeah, it was kind of a positive in both areas. Like,
Baller.
okay, I'm good at this football, but I'm also good at the basketball. So like that was kind of the situation I had going into high school, and whether like the decision on what high school I'm gonna go to.
Yeah.
So that's where it all came around.
I believe during that time, it was getting bigger then, but really during your time is when it started to get real big as far as where's everybody going in Sacramento for different schools. Everybody was like, who you going here? You going here? Who you going with? But football also, what position did you play football growing up?
I was a quarterback. Yeah, I was a quarterback. So I didn't really start. Honestly, when I started football, I didn't like contact at all. Like that's a true basketball definition of it. Like I mean, I wasn't afraid of it,
right.
but I wasn't bringing it to the table. Like, okay, and I found out
seeking contact.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm cool off of it. You know what I'm saying? Until like my 8th grade year, where I met Henry and met other players. Like, okay, well, you're big. Like you gotta use your
physical.
You gotta use your strength. You gotta use your size.
Yeah.
And so I played quarterback throughout all my years of football, honestly. And yeah, that, to be honest, I say, ironically, like being a quarterback helped me become a better point guard or guard in basketball.
The lead.
Yeah, so
you had to lead. Play the ball in your hands.
Yeah.
Distribute the ball.
Yeah, for
Learn
sure.
where everybody gonna be at. You know what I'm saying? At all times, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So I don't even think I knew that. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But speaking of quarterbacks, as we know, right, and point guards, that's demanding. Was it ever stressful for you to try to be able to be that lead guard quarterback, to have to know where this guy's going, this route's here?
Oh, for sure. More in football, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you got to know what everybody's doing. You got to try to predict what everybody's doing, but then you got to try to figure out what the defense is doing too. You got to try to predict where they're going to be and where's going to be the hole and things like that. So that's the like going into high school, like that's what I was slacking at. I was just, okay.
So that was something that's something that needs to be improved.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna see the ball, or I'm gonna throw it to him because I just think he's gonna be open.
Right.
Like without even knowing, like he's double coverage and things like that.
Gotcha.
It's just the knowing the game of football is what I had to pick up on.
Was there anybody or anything that helped you outside of, because I mean, yes, as you play you get better, but to really excel, get better, or get accolades or get opportunities to play at the next level, you have to get better mentally of the game. What were you doing? Were you watching film? Were you talking to other people who played similar positions? How did you improve your overall IQ for the game?
In football.
Yep.
In football, I mean, like, so I'm the youngest in my family. So all my older brothers and cousins and things like that were all playing football. Okay. So I wasn't introduced film until about my 8th grade year. I was introduced to it, but I didn't know how important it was.
Right.
So just me, like, going to high school games and watching them is what motivated me as far as my, like, mentally wise. In middle school, I wanted it to be the best. Yeah. Honestly, that's what kept me going. Like, I wanted to be better than you. I don't think you're better than me, so I'm gonna show you why. That I gotta prove it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what got me going mentally until like high school.
So what about the basketball part? I mean, it's dope, dual sport athlete all up until, because you gotta choose right. But now basketball, what things do you do basketball wise outside of film to get better at mental part? Like, because even being a point guard, you know, right? You want to move fast, but you want to play the game slow in your head so you can be like, okay, I can predict this. You want to dictate them. You don't want them to dictate to you. What did you do to kind of sharpen up the basketball IQ?
So with basketball, like I said, I surrounded myself with other good players.
Right.
Like
other guards. Other guards who
for sure. Yeah. So like I was always around Eric, Irv, and Trey. Yeah. Trey Jones. So them three were my guys in the basketball wise. We always talking about this, that, and then of course we always watch other, like, you know, other players. Right. But we watch pros too to see what they doing. All right, let me go try this. Is this gonna work? How do we dominate the pick and roll? Right. You know what I'm saying? With basketball, you could go pick up the ball and just go shoot around and get better. Like, it's different from football for sure. But in basketball, you could do things like that. Let's go try this. Let's go try that.
That's what's up. What were some things maybe going into while you're in 8th grade that you realized that you struggle with
in basketball?
Yeah.
My jumper, for sure. It was for sure my jumper. Going into high school, you know, I ain't the biggest no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can't get to the rim whenever I want to. You know what I'm saying? My freshman year is what I hit a rock in basketball, I should say. Going against, like, for example, like going to the rim against Solomon Young, like things like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
not having that.
Playing them good sack high teams, and things like that, and guarding real guards, like guarding Trayshawn, full court, things like that. Like those was like, those humbled me in basketball for sure. That was the humbling moment in basketball going into my freshman year, and at that playing varsity. Yeah,
because you went from being a 12, 13-year-old kid to playing against now 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old potentially kids on a varsity squad out of middle school. Well, and what about football though? Because I mean, even that is a physical jump. I'm not sure. Was it just JV for a year, or you were varsity? Was it varsity?
Oh yeah, I had JV for a year. I played JV for a year, so I went into my freshman year of football. I should say that was probably one of my funnest years in football. Just the fact of, like, I'm playing. So my freshman year at Burbank, basically the whole team was freshmen, but we didn't want to make a freshman team because there wasn't that many sophomores. So I wasn't the only one, you know what I'm saying? It was me, Henry. Like, we all had to pick up the speed and pick up the slack from other schools.
Together, though, too. That's what's up. Speaking of high schools, I mean, nowadays, you know, it's a lot of work somewhat for these kids to decide, how was Burbank the landing spot for you, man? How did that play out? Because I know I know it's a pull. It's up and down. People want to get you. You know what I mean? Of course, they see a kid of your caliber, the resources, your homies go to one school, you go to one school, vice versa. But I mean, how did that process play out for you?
So it actually, going to Burbank actually worked out in my favor. You know, I'm the youngest of 7. All my siblings, my pops, my moms, all my aunties, uncles, they all went to Burbank. So you know what I'm saying, that played a part. But as far as the sports wise, my 8th grade year, football wise, my pops told me I can go anywhere I want.
Okay.
Let me just put that out there. He told me you can go to whatever high school you want, whatever high school fits. So, Jesuit was on the table. They told me I can come there, scholarship, whatnot. Christian Brothers. There was a lot of other schools.
You had options.
Yeah, options. Right. So Henry was in my ear, like, come on, let's go to Burbank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's go to Burbank for football. But then I had to think about it for the basketball aspect. So Eric and Irv wound up like, we're going to Burbank. So it was kind of an easy deal. Like, I'm finna go to Burbank. I'm finna play with all my boys. All my boys is going. I'm gonna be with hallways with all of them. So that kind of all worked into my favorite in deciding what high school I want to go to. That's
what's up. So you get to high school, man. You start to first high school life in general. I'm not sure. Were you the big dog first day on campus too, or you had to earn them rights? Because I'm sure I come out of middle school, they knew names out there, but now you go to a bigger school, bigger setting, more talented players on both sides on both sports. But or were you had to start over, or you was like, nah, I'm already kind of established, or I'm gonna make my name for myself? I kind of was already established. Just knowing my older brothers and my older cousins was on the varsity football team. All my family go there, and then you get that little time. You get that time in the summer where you work out with the basketball team and the football team before you start school and before you start meeting the others. So I started building those connections from there, and then just going into school like, okay, this is the starting quarterback. This is the JV starting quarterback. Oh, he's playing varsity basketball too. So the name started buzzing around, and then it was just up from there. So from middle school to high school, how much more work had to be put in? Oh, or see, I'm talking about like hours, right? How many hours you putting on a weekly, daily basis as far as practicing, putting in work, film? Just give me a day. How many hours a day was you putting in outside of regular practice time? Outside of regular practice? So to about 10 to 15 at least in the gym. On the shooting machine, doing things like getting in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? It didn't really start hitting me that extra work. You needed to put extra work to separate yourself either until about my junior year of high school. Right. So the first two is like I'm still getting there. Yeah. But I gotta stay consistent with it. Yeah. Don't stop it, but stay consistent. For sure. But when it hits though, you'll better see. But yeah, my freshman year I hated weights. I hated the weight room. I was anti weight room my freshman year. That's so. And I was about to say the physicality, right? How much did you feel it once you start to feel the difference of your body changing? How to make your performances feel? You were more confident in what you were doing? Or like, okay, I'm good. Like, I feel it now. I can see it. Did it make you kind of go, okay, now let me get to the level a little bit more? I think I wanted a little more. Just a little more. Like, okay, like I said, like, just growing up, like, thinking of, okay, how is the next one looking, but how is the next one playing? Yeah. Oh, he could do this. I got to do better to try to separate myself. So, physicality-wise, like I said, I wasn't a weight room guy, but I had to be. I had to be if I wanted to be good. And so, like I said, the people I surrounded myself with was on the same mentality I was. Like, okay, you want to be great, I want to be great, so let's go be great together. That's dope. And let's go get this weight room. Let's get this money. So and it started bonding from there. I started meeting more people to join my circle. That's what's up. And it was all up. Let's talk about the academics for a minute. As we know that you gotta have them. It goes hand in hand. You gotta have them. What would you say your state of mindset is, or academically going through middle school, high school? Good, average, below average student? Oh, I was always a good student. That was something that my pop had an emphasis on. Okay. Like, if you ain't gonna do good in school, then you're not gonna do good playing sports. You're not even gonna get an opportunity to play sports if you're not doing anything in school. You gotta be eligible. Yeah, for sure. So I always wanted to. For me, I'm just a competitive person. Okay. So I always wanted to be the top of my class. I didn't want nobody to. Okay, you got 100%. Well, I got 100% too. That's the type of person I like. You know what I'm saying? I always got that. You're not gonna one up me mentality. That's what's up. I was always at the top of my classes. Yeah, for sure. Student athlete, man. Student first. That's what's up. Let's talk highlights though, high school, man. I mean, you play a lot of big games, a lot of rivalry, a lot of crazy packed gyms.
For sure.
Give me a few highlights from football and basketball that you remember that to this day. You know, that's gonna stick around with you, man, forever.
So basketball, Sac Highs. I should say almost every one of the Sac High games was
crazy.
Was a highlight in basketball. But Grant too. So Grant football and basketball. I only played Grant twice in football. So my freshman year, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy because you always hear about the Grant Burbank game. So to actually play it my freshman year, the JV game.
How was your?
The adrenaline was running. The adrenaline was running.
Crazy.
Especially my sophomore year on varsity, the adrenaline was running because my sophomore year, the Grant team was crazy. They were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So coming out, people from Grant.
Yeah.
So the tension was already there when I'm coming out to get taped. They're already right there talking. They in your ear already. So now it's okay,
yeah.
let me lock in real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going into a dogfight. So
yeah.
The Sac High and the Grand games for sure.
That's what's up.
The highlights of mine.
What about individual highlights? Something that a play you made on a football field, or a dunk you might have got, or a assist. Something. What about individual highlights for both sports?
In basketball for sure, my senior year against Grant, I had the little
was that the one on the highlight?
Yeah, the little game sealing dunk. I had the little game sealing dunk.
Yeah,
that's something that's legendary. That's gonna live through my head forever.
Yeah, that gym went nuts. That was crazy. They was all over the place, man.
Yeah, that's something that that's something the bragging rights that I'm gonna have forever.
Yeah.
Grant. Okay, let me go ahead and post this real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and we're in an era where it's like that though. So you got the video footage to prove it. You did it. It's there for life. That's definitely dope. What about football field? Someone on the football field?
I can't say I have a particular highlight.
Yeah.
But I would say just seeing my teammates do something big. I remember a big hit that one of my boys made across the middle against Christian Brothers that I'll never forget. Wow, okay, that was crazy.
Big time.
But individually, I don't have a particular.
Okay, that's what's up. All good. We're gonna get to this college thing in a minute. Definitely shout out for the people sponsors though, man. Everybody who look out for the show. Appreciate you, man. Going to this new year, bigger and better things here at the State Radio 360 radio station, man. We're just doing some big stuff too. Follow the podcast though, man. Y'all again subscribe for me, leave a like, man. Those comments mean something. I need them algorithms to go up, man. So y'all do me a favor, man. Hit that button, subscribe, tap in with me. Also, again, like I said, I want to thank all the sponsors everywhere who support, bought shirts, watch the show, send me a message, man. I really appreciate you. What point, man, did you start thinking okay, I could really do something with one of these two sports? I could really probably get out of here and do something. When did that come into play in your head?
My junior year of high school, for sure. I say the beginning of my junior year, or basketball season my junior year, I still didn't know which one I really wanted to play. There was, hand in hand, and again, my pops was like, you could play both, you could do whatever you want. But my junior year of high school, when I really started getting recruited in football, I mean, I was getting recruited in basketball. Like I said, with Coach Don, I played against the best. I played with top dudes in the country. But I just felt like I had way more opportunity in football.
Yeah.
As far as the recruitment wise,
numbers, right? We know the numbers, right? The numbers is football, the roster spots, reality.
Yeah, so
reality.
You know what I'm saying? So I say my junior year is when I really started taking football way more serious than basketball and really wanted to make it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In the football. Yeah.
That's what's up. To get that first letter or interest or email, sometimes people say the emails ain't, you want to get that first official letter. How did that make you feel, man, to get something addressed directly to you, official, like a official letter of interest from somebody?
It was a stress reliever. I should say, with me, there was people that I looked up to that was telling me that it's coming. You just got to be patient. It's coming.
It's coming. Physically.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It started to sound like a broken record. Man, I need to see it. I need to actually feel how y'all feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I first got the call, started getting recruited, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I got to do more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then I got to show them why you should be way more interested in me and not the next one.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I know 7-on-7 is real big. Was it real big during your time as a transition grade to get out of it? 'Cause, I mean, it hasn't been too long. I mean, you're not too long out of high school, but now it's 7-on-7. It's like AAU basketball pretty much.
Sure.
So was it something that you participated in a lot football-wise as well?
I didn't.
No.
I honestly didn't. I honestly wish I should have, though. I mean, just to have more fun and meet more people. I should say, yeah.
That happens a lot. You know, it's like, hey, you get the in that sports world too, right? That probably puts you a lot more guys who are at the same level or trying to get where you at.
Yeah,
it's
like
crazy
AAU, like basketball, like you meet people from all over.
7-on-7
all
is
over.
everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I wish I would have did it more. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, you was tied up pretty tough.
Yeah. So
no days off.
You know what I'm saying? I really, in my head, I was always telling myself that 7-on-7 was for offensive players.
Right, I got
you know what I'm saying? So I really didn't. Yeah, I really didn't want to. I was like,
Okay.
I'm like, okay. I mean, I could do it, but it wasn't really on my priority list.
Got you. I see what you mean. So, get ready for senior year in high school, football, basketball. Senior year goes pretty well for you. What are I guess your top 3 or 4 schools that are on the table at this time at the end of the year before you start?
It was Fresno for sure. Fresno, San Diego State, Nevada, and UNLV. All Mountain West schools.
Okay.
That I was considering at the time.
So not bad, not too far from home.
Right.
But you get away, but then still come back if you need to. But still, people come check you out. They want to get the game and stuff. Again, being from having Fresno, got some friends from Fresno, some close people, my partners down that way too. Not too far of a drive, but what was the deciding factor for you, man, getting you into Fresno State?
I say it was. So I'm gonna give you a little story.
Okay.
So I was really considering San Diego State, cause hey, when I took my unofficial, it was crazy. Yeah. It was San Diego, like it was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a I say like the school is what you make it. Like with San Diego State, like it's, you feel me? It's San Diego, it's popping. All that football, they're good. You know what I'm saying? So.
The beaches down. The beaches help. The weather helps.
That's just me being young minded, and I was just thinking of the school wise,
right?
Like,
Location, stuff like that.
So, so this is a week. So, Fresno I had a home visit with Fresno on Tuesday with Coach Jeff Tedford, the head coach, the D coordinator, and the linebackers coach. They came to the crib, had a home visit, talking to the family, whatnot. The next day, Wednesday, I had a San Diego State home visit. You know what I'm saying? So the Fresno coaches, they came in. They were strictly business. You know what I'm saying? They brought in their laptops, portfolios.
The research.
Telling me all that. You know what I'm saying? The San Diego State coaches came in with nothing. Just talking off the top of their head. And I didn't notice it, but my pops and my moms noticed it right off the jump. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, they talking off the top of their head. Like, we don't see nothing. Like, you asking them questions, they whoop. Like, that's something that separated them from my family.
But I was say that tell mom and pops already.
Yeah, they wasn't
the plan. They want to see the plan.
It was definitely a red flag for them.
Okay.
So going into it more, the coaches, Coach Jeff Tedford, the head coach, he used to call me, I want to say once a week, to see how I was feeling, to see what my decision was going to be. But the thing that separated them from me is that the emphasis for him was that he always told me that I want to make you a better man and not a better football player. Once you become a better man, you're going to become a better football player.
That's it, man. Me hearing how your parents are, seeing how you act, how you carry yourself, how I try. That's people we know, Coach Gray, different coaches in the area, right? Though that means a lot because again, football gonna last so long, but also if you're better as an individual, your game gonna be better. Yeah. You're gonna do more. You're gonna do better. But I'm glad they saw that and you saw it for yourself too. So, because at the end of the day, that's what you want to be about. Because anything can happen, in sports, right? Yeah. We one injury, God forbid anybody, right? But you still gotta have who you are, your morals, your values, who you are as a person, your relationships, right? So that's definitely dope.
Another reason too is they had 2 senior linebackers leaving. So they was in their senior season when they was recruiting me. 2 seniors, and then
you're trying to go in and play right.
One of them was a junior, and he was crazy. Okay. One of them was a junior. He's crazy, and then he could declare.
Oh, he going to the league.
All 3 of the linebackers was gone. Like, okay.
So they need some.
Yeah, I'm saying. So I kept that in mind too. Like, okay,
I want to go play though. Potentially, I can go in and start get minutes and play as a freshman
for sure.
Like out of high school, I can go play for this. Yeah, that's what's up. once you guys finally broke down, yes, no, and you decide, what was the feeling like? I know some people, because I've coached a kid a couple years ago playing basketball. He was playing football too, though, but he was like, had signed somewhere else. But he was like, I could tell during that time, his mind was on that, though. He was like, what am I signing? What am I gonna do? He was like, you could tell it was something that was nerve wracking. When you finally committed and signed, did you verbal commit first, or did you actually sign and take care of all that at the same time?
So, what did I do? I kind of told Tedford on my home visit that I was going to commit, but I didn't verbally commit. Like I didn't
announce it.
Yeah, I didn't announce it publicly. Like I just kept it between me and him. Like, okay, I'm really considering Fresno. So, and I really didn't decide that I was gonna sign to them the night before signing day when I sat down with my pops. My mom didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Really? I try to keep it a little surprise. I got the hats, all that. You know what I'm saying? So my pops really sat me down, broke everything down, like, this is this, this is this, this is this.
That's dope.
And then I wound up deciding Fresno, and it was definitely a stress reliever. Yeah. Trying to figure out where you're gonna go for the next 4 years of life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You gotta keep that in mind.
It's a process, man, for sure. You make the announcement, surprise moms, or tell her. What's her reaction?
She was happy. And
was this a full scholarly or full scholarly?
Yeah.
Her initial reaction?
She was happy.
Dope.
She kind of, I mean, well, my mom thinks, like, you know what I'm saying? She kind of was like, I already figured that you were going to go there and things like that.
She know her son.
Yeah, so she was happy, like, you know what I'm saying? She, like you said, it was close from home. You know what I'm saying? We got to fly. We don't got to do none of that and things like that. I like the coaches. You know what I'm saying? They keep me around. They keep me in the loop for sure. Every time that my linebacker coach called me, he called her. Like, just things like that. Just the little things.
Connected.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Even for you, though, or actually Pops, because y'all started on this years ago. What was Pops kind of like? What was his demeanor like? All right, let's go back to work. Let's do something else. Did he even take a little bit of like, okay, accomplishment?
Yeah, he was happy. Okay, he was. Oh no, he was probably the proudest dad in the world.
That's
like,
good.
Yeah,
that's dope.
All the hard work is actually finally to pay off.
Dope.
And I'm glad that my pops was always an education guy first.
Cool.
So he was just glad that my school was paid for.
Of course.
And of
course, right? Man, if you get out of there, I tell you about, if you can get out of school debt free, just even, you ahead of the game, right? Yeah. You got to borrow no money.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. That's good. Now you got to go down to we in the valley enough, but you really got to go down to the valley now. You get down to Fresno initially that first year. Did you go early or?
Nah, I stayed my whole season. Okay. I actually wanted to go early, but Deshaunus made me stay. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my boy D.
Deshaunus made me stay, man. He wanted me to enjoy my little senior year and whatnot. And I'm actually happy. Because
you don't get that back though.
Yeah, I'm actually happy I did.
You was rocking though. It was rocking. Y'all was rocking, man. But you, again, that work, right, from football, basketball, you got to take the whole thing in and enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Those memories you'll always have, but definitely dope. So you get down there to the heat. Summer ball, workouts, all that stuff, man. When you actually out there, what is it like to be down there when it's like 90-some degree weather, man? What is it like?
It's called bulldog weather out there. They embrace it. You know what I'm saying? They embrace it. I really didn't like it. I mean, but it's something you get used to. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I kind of embrace it now. Yeah. Like you playing schools like UConn. Like we played UConn the first
out
game.
There?
No, we played them out here. Ooh. First game of the season. It was like 102 degrees. Oh, for sure not.
Them boys wasn't ready for that.
They was falling out all over the place, and we was straight because we, you know what I'm saying, we're used to it. Things like that. So the weather hit. You know what I'm saying? It was something you had to get used to for sure. Yeah. Adjustment for sure.
Going into that first year. Anything you had on your list, like I'm about to do this, I'm about to do this, anything you said I had to accomplish or something that you want to get done, coming as a true freshman with opportunity to play, though, you have any goals for yourself?
My goal is to learn the playbook, for sure. That was the first. That for all the young athletes out there, that is the first thing you have to do is learn the playbook. If you want to play anything, you want to just have a chance at playing something, you have to learn the playbook.
How thick is the playbook?
Man, it's big.
Give me how many pages would you say?
I'll say my freshman year, I say it was about 100 pages. 100-page binder.
Page binder, y'all hear that?
100-page binder.
Learning it all.
You know what I'm saying? With like 3 plays on one sheet, front and back.
So you can do your math work.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So just learning the playbook is the first thing that I wanted to do, and to really excel at that. And then after that was getting the speed down. The speed down from high school to college, because
you're out there with the cream of the crop now, bro. Like I said, not everybody, but a lot of people out there on scholarships or JUCO transfers, putting work like you or more. What wowed you coming in like your first year? Like, oh damn, this is different. Like, I'm here.
Oh,
what wowed you?
Definitely the speed and definitely the physicality. So like I said, I played quarterback and I played defense, whatnot in high school, but then I had to move to in the box in somewhat shape or form, like an outside backer. And going against,
I seen that.
You know what I'm saying, 300-pound lineman.
How to tackle correctly, bro.
Oh man,
I think I watched the highlight. Even did I watch the highlight your freshman year? Was it at Utah? One of them games, I think you had an interception, fumble recovery. It's like the true freshman.
Oh yeah,
UNLV. But the way you were tackling, because you had to come through the hole one time and get a big. But everything was. I'm taking the feet out because it does you no justice to go up high and try to hit that dude through something. Like they was hella big. I was like, you're right at high school, bro. So you had to realize how to tackle, right? When to tackle, stuff like that. Because it's crazy.
Yeah. So it's definitely the speed and definitely the physicality for sure. It's something that I had to adjust to. Because
So give us for those listening, everybody watching don't know outside of it's athletes watching of course, but some people again they may want to be doing athletes. What's your day in the life of Levelle Bailey? The D1 athlete from Fresno, going from SAC going to Fresno. What was that time for? What time you wake up? What was breakfast? What was your schedule like?
So let me give you the hardest schedule. So like the hardest schedule would be fall camp for sure.
Okay.
Fall camp is when everything, you don't have no time for nothing.
All right, fall camp.
So fall camp, you wake up about 5 o'clock in the morning. You got to check in at probably 6:15. You have all that breakfast, all that until practice meetings. It's the whole day. Your whole day is planned. So you got meetings at 6. You check in at 6. Then you have to go to breakfast. You have to eat. It's mandatory. You have to eat breakfast for sure. For sure. It's mandatory.
Ain't no missing no meals, man.
For sure. You got to eat breakfast. You eat the breakfast. You get taped. You do all the little things. Then the first meeting will be special teams meeting. So you got to go to the meetings. And by this time, it's about, let's say 6:45. 6:45 special teams meeting. Right after special teams meeting, you got position meetings. Right after position meetings, you have practice. And practice ranges from about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Yep.
And right after practice, you probably have an hour off. An hour and a half, maybe whatnot. You have to eat lunch, though. Then you eat lunch. You have your time off. By that time, you in the locker room, you playing with your boys.
Yeah.
That time goes by so fast that, boom, we have position meetings again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, then we got special teams. And then you got to go through the whole cycle again. By that time, you don't get home till about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And then you got to get up and do that
all over again.
But you got to do this for 7 days out of the week. We practice Sunday, too. So, Sunday through Sunday, the whole week, you know what I'm saying, is eat, sleep, football.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And you don't even get time to sleep. So
you on their schedule.
You got to try to find time to actually go to sleep and things like that.
Yeah, you on their schedule for real. Make it to the next level. Get to this platform. Putting in work. On their clock. What were some of the hardest things you had to deal with being there now? Anything that really challenged you to better yourself or just were challenging for you as a person?
I should say you're as an athlete or as a student?
Both.
As a student, time management for sure. That was something that I had to learn. Just when school started, adjusting everything to school. So you had to, like, your free time is you have to actually you should actually I'm a very unorganized person. So I had to learn how to get organized.
Right.
I have to have set plans, agendas, when I'm gonna do this, when I'm gonna do that.
Right.
And just basically writing out your whole day and writing out your goals is what I had to learn as a student. As an athlete, I should say, like, being self-motivated is what challenged me my freshman year. Like I said, fall camp, it really tested me. Like, I just personally think they test you to see if you gonna go home.
I was gonna say, did it even cross your mind a little bit, like, this may not be for me?
Oh, for sure. My freshman year, for sure. Like, I got up one morning and was thinking, like, man, do I really want to do this or not? Like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I got up, sat on the end of the bed, like, man.
Had a little, just to me too, like, let me just see where I'm at.
Man, do I really want to go to practice right now?
So
or do I want
what was the deciding factor to go home or stay? What do you think was that deciding factor for you?
Just my goals. And, just my goals. And One thing I didn't want to be was a shoulda, woulda, coulda person. There's a lot of athletes that I met in Sacramento that got homesick or didn't do this and didn't do that, and I didn't want to be that another one of those. Oh, I shoulda did this, I coulda did this. I didn't want to be a shoulda, woulda, coulda person. So that's what kind of motivated me to keep going and to try to make everybody proud, I should say.
Right. That's what's up, though. I mean, it's important, but also people go through those things and they make decisions, but also I think everybody has to eventually or should just bet on yourself. But whatever you do have to live with your decision, though. Yeah. You have to live with your decision, good, bad, ugly.
Yeah.
Going on from there, man. You racked up you played some big games. You played in some, the numbers for you are rising, but you're consistent, man. What fires you up, bro, during the game? I mean, like, see, I know highlight tapes and pictures are just that. There's the highlight stuff, but I've always seen you from high school time, coaching against you, watching you play, to college now. The energy and passion you bring on the court or the field, where does that come from? Because, I mean, it's not over flamboyant. It's not, but it's there. You can see. When you on, you like, turned up right now.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
So right now, well, like, the juice comes from right now, like, as of today, the juice comes from Sacramento. Like, people will tell you in Fresno that I wear Sacramento on my sleeve. Everything is Sacramento.
Big facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like, you ask me at school, what's the capital of the world? I'm gonna say Sacramento.
That's what's
so
up.
I just try to make my city proud. I try to wear Sacramento on my sleeve.
Yeah.
And then I just feel like the juice comes within yourself, but then you want to try to be contagious with it. So, like, you want to get him going.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn you up so you can turn me up.
That's
and then
what's
you gotta keep on going.
So I was just doing research and shit, man. I see the pregame dances, you and the homie. You say we don't athletes got rhythm, athletes can dance. I say, oh, Levelle here rocking. They got the 2-step going, the handshake. I ain't see that part, but I'm like, okay, but for me, I love it because it's you though. But you're in your zone. Yeah. You got your boy rocking with you.
Yeah.
I said the swag is up all the way up. But I said I ain't never seen that. So I said, okay, he got a little 2-step in him. But in the field of play though, Are you like a Ray Lewis type tunnel vision where you just always on, but you be everywhere, or you just focused on like each single play? Like,
you for sure got to take a play at a time.
Yeah.
I feel like before the snap, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Like, what's my job?
Okay. And
how am I gonna execute this job, as far as making a play?
Yeah. Cause
I was always the problem I always have is, I want to make every play and not the play. So, I should say I'm more of a tunnel vision person. Like, okay, I gotta do my job.
Cool.
But how am I gonna help him do his job?
Right. Because I mean, it's football, right? It's one of the ultimate team sports you have too, right? But you got to make sure I'm in my spot in my area to help my teammate. Definitely dope. Some of the biggest games you played in so far, where have they been at so far? A couple of places where you played at so far. Some of the biggest games you might like that you already played in college right now. Some things that you know.
Oregon. For sure. We played Oregon this season.
Up there?
Yeah. It was their home opener.
Y'all beat them up there?
Nah, we lost.
It was a close game, right?
Yeah. We lost game-winning touchdown.
Those fans up there, they love that school, but how was it to go in and show that green, whatever them colors was for?
Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, it got to a point, like, our offense couldn't hear anything, and it was just super loud. And it was, like, first snap, adrenaline was running. You know what I'm saying? You're playing Oregon. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
dope.
I'll say that game. And then my freshman year, there's 2 games my freshman year. We played SC, first game of my college career.
Oh, wow.
Down out there in LA in the Coliseum. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever imagine that?
Never. For sure. Going into college, listening to media and things, you know, I for sure thought I was going to redshirt. I thought I was undersized. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I never played official linebacker before. You know what I'm saying? So, going down there to SC, you know what I'm saying, I moved up in the ranks. I got to be a second string, but the starter was a baller and he was tight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
you had to earn your spot.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was, you feel me? I'm gonna get this experience as a freshman. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna do all this. One of our middle linebackers went out like the second play of the game. Got hurt.
Quickly.
But I didn't even know because I'm not a middle linebacker. Yeah. So the backup middle linebacker was finna run in. Coach said, 6. I'm like, oh, like, I'm like a deer in headlights. Like, ooh-wee. I ran out there, didn't even know the play. I just had to try to get my feet wet real quick, try to get a little hit, get the adrenaline running. Like, okay.
That's crazy.
Now I'm here. So, like, and that game was rocking.
That has to be so dope for your people to see you play on that stage, bro. Like, I mean, even though you can't see them watching you, but you know they're watching me, dog. Like, I'm in the Coliseum, though. Like, me. Like, this is me, man.
And that game was rocking.
I believe it.
The second game, we played Minnesota. I actually started that game. That was my first start. The second game of the season, they actually, coach had the faith in me. Was like, we're going to start you this week.
So how does that make you feel as just an individual athlete? Like, for somebody, again, that's defying odds, right? Because a lot of true freshmen come in at any position and do anything. For unless sure. If you got to be the top dog. But for you, what does that make you feel like they really giving me this?
I can't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too comfortable, because you could easily go sit right next to me, just how fast as you got in, the next person could get in. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't take it for granted. I had to keep working, and I had to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And it was so crazy because my roommate at the time, my freshman year, my roommate was a freshman, and he started too. So we both got the starts. We like we talking to each other, like, and he's on offense too, so he's a receiver. So we both like, wow, like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all
we're here.
Freshmen, y'all freshmen in the game, but we're contributing, right? Like, you're being asked to do something, contribute, right, as a freshman. That's hecka dope, man. This year coming in is going to be on the field, your fourth year on the field. Come this season, y'all play some big games this year too, man. Like, so what's next? For what are some goals you have for your team and for yourself going into your fourth year playing on the field this year? We
definitely got to win the Mountain West Championship. I feel like this year was our year to win it. Mm-hmm. We just had a little slips in the crack. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Things within ourselves, and we let a game come back to haunt us, and you feel me? That was the deciding factor with whether or not we're going to the championship or not.
Gotcha.
And I feel like we got to prove to everybody that we can actually win it. So that's for the team wise. Individually wise, I feel like for myself, I feel like I left way too much money on the field. So I feel like I got to perfect my craft, and just I'm not a underclassman no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I got to play like a veteran.
Yeah.
As far as like just knowing everything, getting everybody right, and just making all my plays that I need to make. You know what I'm saying? To trying to separate myself.
Yeah.
And to try to, you know what I'm saying, focus on the next level like that.
That's what's up, man. Definitely exciting to watch. And I know, again, like I said, I know everybody, you already got future plans and goals, but I got to ask, the league's the end goal.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody would love the opportunity to provide for their family, for them people, but also be on the ultimate stage. Is this, when did that phase of your, I would say, kind of come into your mind? Like, okay, now I got to D1, I'm playing, but now I know I'm gonna help my team, but also I know that NFL is where, because again, like we talked about offline before, so I got a lot of people in the league.
Yeah.
Let's say that right now, right here, Sacramento has a lot of people in the NFL.
Yeah.
Today we just saw, T. Mitch playing against Armstead.
Armstead, yeah.
Like Sacramento, right?
You know
so it's a lot of guys from Sac in the league. When did that come? Like, you know what? Checking stuff off your list, right? You got the high school, got the college, got the Scally. Finna win this Mountain West. Finna get to the league. When did that come on there?
I didn't really start focusing on after my freshman year. So after my freshman year, you know what I'm saying, I played, I got accolades, whatnot, but then the players that I was playing with, like Michael Walker, you know what I'm saying, he was our middle linebacker, and our safety, Juju, they both got drafted. So I just feel like, in my sense, like,
could be you.
Yeah, that could be me one day. Like, he did it. He went through all the trials and tribulations with this school. This can be me. You know what I'm saying? Dope. And then just me talking to them on a daily basis, they telling me the same thing. Like, Vel, you got it. You got this. You got that. Yeah. You just got to put it all together. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. That's definitely something, like I said, take care of business with the team, and then that'll happen for you. Into every show, I always got to ask all my guests, man, you know, in basketball, triple threat, dribble, pass, shoot. But for you, for anybody who's listening, anybody else like that, man, I want to get you're a triple threat though, Vale. So just three things that you hang your hat on that you can tell somebody who don't know you, somebody who wants to be like you, somebody who looks up to you, some teammates who, man, damn, I know Vale, like, you know what I mean? They know they're getting to learn you right now through this interview. Just your triple threat, three things in life that you hang your hat on, that stick with you, that you abide by, that you kind of rock with. That's your foundation. Whatever you want to do, you can let everybody know, man. You're a triple threat.
First and foremost, I'm a family guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Proud of my family. You know what I'm saying? They made me the man who I am today.
Shout out to the fam.
I put my trust in God.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud to be from Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I wear Sacramento on my sleeve. You can't tell me nothing about Sacramento because we're gonna argue. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. Family, God, and then just you said, what was it? Oh, Sacktown. And for me, I'm like that too with the Sacramento. People like, nah, I'm okay with that because it's me though. It made me who I am. It made you who you are. But it's also it wasn't no cakewalk.
Yeah,
it's no cakewalk.
Yeah.
But it's still it's home. You feel me? But that's how. But I mean, like I said, so when they see you now, when y'all see 6 on the field,
yeah, come on.
You know, if it didn't say Fresno, it'd probably say Sacramento on his jersey, man. So y'all really got to realize that, man. The young fellas out there putting it on his back, you know what I'm saying, putting in work, and y'all follow Levelle, man. Y'all look him up, man. Follow him on the IG. What's up? We'll give him the IG handle, man. So if they want to tap in with you, you know.
So the Instagram is grind time _Velle VELLE.
Y'all definitely tap in with the young man. Follow him this season. The officers ever got going, man. Support the home team, and that's what it's more about, man. I think it's we getting there. I can feel it again, right? We support each other locally on a national level too. That way we can support each other, not just within the city, man. Because our students, our youth, Sacktown, are everywhere. We got kids all over these colleges playing sports and doing good things in life, and this is what this show is for too, though, right? And again, like, so Levelle's a family person. I saw him at the game last week. I know I had to tap in with him, you know what I'm saying? I know he was busy beforehand, but asked one time, he was like, for sure. He got me, he came through, so I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all heard Levelle's triple threat. Again, Happy New Year to everybody. Keep rocking Velle, man. Keep working. Keep the head down, and like I said, after this season, man, have a great season, get that championship, and then hoping that night, man, I'm hearing that name get called, whatever it is, or if you got to start it from the mud again, I know you're gonna get it. So look for you to put that other jersey on in another year or something, my guy. So man, this is Coach JT, Levelle Bailey signing off. We out.
Appreciate it.